let's talk a little bit about rights and freedoms. Here in America, we love freedom, so long as it's like our freedom and not someone else's freedom. As I mentioned in my rant last week, people want to hold on to their right to bodily autonomy when it comes to being able to wear a mask around TJ Maxx, even though they don't necessarily support a woman's bodily autonomy rights when it comes to an unwanted parasite growing in her uterus. That fertilized and sometimes even unfertilized egg has a right to use someone's body to become a baby, but your parents don't have a right to go get groceries without the chance of catching a virus from some Karen with an unstated condition that requires her to wander around the grocery store without a mask. Into this high-level galaxy brain philosophical tete-a-tete wanders Elon Musk, founder of Tesla. Wait, did I say founder? Because technically that was actually Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning, who founded Tesla Motors in 2003. Musk joined in 2004 as an early investor, but when Eberhard sued Musk for ousting him and reneging on his resignation deal, Musk and Tesla countersued until Eberhard had to settle, the result of which is that legally Elon Musk is now allowed to call himself a founder of the company. Because that's just a normal thing that normal people do. Cool. So anyway, Elon Musk, founder of Tesla, has vehemently argued that the current COVID-19 shelter-in-place order, which encourages people to stay home if they can and wear masks and avoid contact with others when they can't, is a violation of our freedom, our rights. Elon is an icon to so many wannabe iconoclasts in the Joe Rogan vein. As I learned the last time I gently poked fun of him on Twitter and got several extremely angry replies from random people who were not following me. So I know I'm just asking for more heat in my mentions, but seriously, fuck that guy. For the past month or so, he has been spreading absolute conservative nonsense, all of which pretty much I've already covered in previous videos, like the lie that doctors are ascribing all deaths to COVID-19, whether that was the actual cause of death or not, that's a lie, and that sheltering in place is actually bad for people, and if we all just go outside, act like everything's normal, the virus will magically disappear. That is also a lie. Why would Elon Musk say all of this? Is it because he's extremely stupid? That's always an option in the year of our Lord 2020 when Donald Trump is our president. After all, never ascribe to malice that which can be adequately explained by incompetence. It is very possible to be that stupid and still become the CEO and backdated founder of a multi-million-dollar corporation or two, especially when you start out in life by getting born into a white South African family that owns a literal emerald mine. So yes, I do think Elon Musk is stupid in a lot of different ways. However, in this case, I don't think ascribing all of this to incompetence gives Musk's malice enough credit. We need to give him more credit for being an utterly shitty human being. Musk is currently worth $36.5 billion. And the only way you can have that much money is to be a bad human being. I'm sorry, hot take, but it's true. Bill Gates does a lot of great charitable giving, but it's not enough. He should do more. And he did bad, terrible, no good things in order to end up with the current $107 billion he has to his name. Like Clippy, for instance. Or like building a monopoly by using underhanded tactics to drive out all of the competition, to name another. But mostly Clippy. That motherfucker. So no human being needs 107 or 37 or even $7 billion. But the ones who do end up with those amounts are self-selecting to be particularly awful, ruthless people. And they are self-selected to be most concerned with getting even more billions of dollars that they will never, ever need in 100 lifetimes. Which is why I can't believe it's a coincidence that Elon Musk happens to be pushing lies about coronavirus that make it more likely that people will support him opening up his Tesla plant before shelter in place is over, which will make it more likely that his company will reach a stock benchmark that will result in Elon Musk getting another $725 million. A few weeks back, I tweeted that the biggest mistake in idiocracy was suggesting it would be uneducated poor people who would destroy the world, as opposed to educated rich people who exploit and murder the uneducated poor people. As an example, I pointed to Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who, as I mentioned in a previous video, tried to shut down abortion clinics while opening up other businesses without requiring masks. Abbott was caught on tape admitting that he knew reopening the state economy would lead directly to more deaths by COVID-19, but he didn't care. He wanted to do it anyway. In idiocracy, farmers feed the Gatorade stand in Brondo to their crops instead of water because they're idiots. In our idiocratic reality, people like Abbott and Elon Musk know that Brondo is not what plants crave, but they're telling people it is because they own stock in Brondo. It's not idiocy, it's psychopathy. It's not ignorance, it's a desire for money and power that supersedes concern for human lives. Of course, the hordes of people who blindly trust Abbott because of the R after his name, or who blindly trust Musk because he's rich or because he smoked a blunt with Joe Rogan once, those people are idiots. But that is still kind of the fault of the same rich and powerful people who set up a society and an educational system that utterly failed these people. I mean, a decade ago, the Texas State Board of Education printed science books warning students that evolution is just a theory that should be challenged with alternative theories like creationism. It was only 3 years ago that they removed that language from their textbooks. Is it any wonder that the kids who grew up in that system are now so lacking in critical thinking skills that they reject the germ theory of disease and the advice of expert epidemiologists and insist on charging into their local Whataburger without a mask and calling that freedom? Are we surprised? So yeah, Elon Musk is yet another rich asshole who is profiting off the spread of misinformation about COVID-19. And it's not enough that he's endangering the lives of people who read and believe his idiotic tweets. He's also opening his Tesla plant here in the San Francisco Bay Area, which is going to pressure his local employees to have to decide whether to risk their lives or their careers. A choice that absolutely no one should be forced to make. Musk claims that any employee who feels unsafe can stay home, but this is the same guy who a judge ruled illegally sabotaged employees who were trying to unionize. And this is the same guy who is well known around the office for his random rage firings. Are you, a low-level factory worker, really going to trust that this billionaire is going to hold your job for you until authorities determine that it's safe to return to work? I wouldn't. I'll also mention briefly that Musk claims that the state of California gave Tesla permission to open, but an unelected Alameda County official illegally overrode the decision. That is a lie. California is a very large state, so there are statewide safety standards, but legally counties are allowed to and even encouraged to override those with stricter standards as needed. Because COVID-19's progression varies in different parts of the state. So here in the Bay Area, officials are being stricter about openings, which is their legal right, and I'm glad that they are that strict. And arguing that the public health department official who made the call is unelected is beyond misleading. I don't remember anyone electing Elon Musk either. So Musk opened his plant illegally, risking the lives of his employees and their families. In response, Alameda County agreed to strike a deal with him to allow the plant to continue operating. As a reminder, back in January, the same Alameda County, their sheriff's department sent 12 men in fatigues with machine guns and a battering ram, which they used to knock down an unlocked door, to evict several black mothers and their children who had moved into an unlocked vacant home in Oakland. The armed men threw all of the family's belongings in the street. This eviction cost the county about $40,000. This is why it's so important to understand economic and racial injustice, because it's there in the background of every major issue facing us today. A homeless black family takes shelter in an unlocked vacant house, grab the AR-15s. A white billionaire risks thousands of lives to increase his stock portfolio. Let's make a deal. That's freedom, baby.